Okay, so well, you see the headline. I just saw this in a video from Tyrone Magnus, and I thought I would speak on it myself. Uh, so literally hours after we lost, well, after we found out we lost Akira Toriyama, somebody on Twitter, X, whatever, tweeted something about him being racist or whatever. And first thing I thought of was Popo, but like he's not black. I mean, I remember back in the day, I was like, I see he okay. Then I found out he wasn't black at all. I found out what he really was, and it makes sense. I'm gonna read this article, get my thoughts on that. Okay. Uh, I'm sorry about the giant ad. I don't know. Uh, Mr. Popo's character design racist. Netizens debate after Akira Toriyama's death. And you can see Popo's design, like his original design before they changed it. But I'll get into that in a second. Uh, because they've since changed it back. Hours after Dragon Ball's founder Akira Toriyama's passing, a new debate waged on the internet suggesting that Mr. Popo's character design was racist. The iconic thousand-year-old Earth's Guardian was in the Dragon Ball, introduced in the Dragon Ball, okay, as someone who had superior martial arts skills and someone who had far superior martial arts skills than the solely Goku. However, several people on social media sites are questioning the motive and the color of the assailant deity. You know, Popo, he's way overpowered. You see the end of Dragon Ball Z, the Buu Saga. Yeah, he's way overpowered. But yeah, among a series of reactions, a user wrote, "LOL, I'm not saying the dude was racist. I'll let Popo I'll let Popo slide, but this I cannot." What the hell are you talking about? If not Popo, not just design, but the character and how he spoke. LOL, that was racist. No, it wasn't. I will circle back to that. Yeah. Um. Yes, Mr. Popo was a racist depiction of a black person, and it was 40. Is that fucking years? I don't know. Ago, another user added a post by the user went viral and had at least 50,000 views at the time report was published. This report was published. Uh, in the discussion around Popo's character, sent it into several different dimensions, with some people claiming that the character was inspired by some Hindu deity, which is what I heard, yeah. And it makes sense. The others claiming that it had links to Islamic origins among a wide range of reactions. Several fans also started to defend their idol Toriyama by suggesting the character was produced some 40 years ago. That's not defending it like at all. It's like saying, "Oh, see Thomas Howard's in that movie where he was in blackface the whole damn time," but that was almost 40 years ago. Whatever. No, it's not defending it. Uh, was produced 40 years ago at the time Dragon Ball founder was starting his career. That's no, not a defense. Uh, that to be fair, Mr. Popo is more based on Asian mythology. Correct me if I'm wrong. India, that's in Asia, correct? Geography is not my strong suit, but I'm pretty sure India is in Asia. Uh, is more based on Asian mythology than Africans. Okay, he couldn't even finish. I'll say than African mythology. That sounds way better. But Toriyama has depicted black people. He was yes. I'm gonna talk about that too. Depicted black people poorly before, and I never defend him for it. I still think bringing this up right after he died is extremely unnecessary. It is. My goodness, the person that wrote this, I'm correcting it as I speak. It is not. It's not like this is just. It's not like this is just now being brought to light. Exactly. I was going to talk about that too. Uh, a user added to a discussion. Mr. Popo was shown as someone wearing a turban and made his mark as a caretaker who can instantaneously travel anywhere in the world when the occasion calls for it by using a magic carpet. Yep, that was part of his whole thing. Oh, is that it? Shit, okay. Yeah. What's embarrassed about? Okay. Yeah. So here's I want to come. Let's start with the design. Okay. Yeah, I was throwing off about the design when I was younger. Then I found out he wasn't at all black, and I did watch the show. He didn't talk like a black person. He didn't act like a black person. Sticking with Indian stereotypes, remember Short Circuit, that classic '80s movie, and the sequel Short Circuit 2 featured that character everybody loves, the Indian dude who's played by a white Jewish dude. To this day, whenever any kind of news of a new Short Circuit movie happens, people are like, "Well, will he come back?" And he's like, "I don't think I can," because he can't. Remember in the second movie, he was selling uh, Johnny Five toys on the side of the street. That's just one of many questionable things this dude did in brownface. That was what that was. Okay, that was racially offensive. Obviously, Popo didn't do anything like that, like at all, and especially nothing, no blacks. No, and I remember when they changed the design to be more like a blue, some ugly blue color, like for years until Dragon Ball Super, when finally he got this design back, and fans, myself included, were happy about it. Why? Because Popo ain't black. He ain't a minstrel. Okay. Now, this article mentions other characters, like other depicted. Yes, like whenever a black character shows up, they have big pink lips, like massively way big pink lips, but somehow small. I don't. It was weird. I always felt something whenever I saw a black character. There was one he was so from time to time, and he just kind of grunted or something. It's like, what is that? Now that yeah, but I don't know what that was. But then again, that show did all kind of caricatures or stuff like that. Like, remember when they were accused of promoting the Aryan agenda and shit? Because when the Saiyans go Super Saiyan, their hair turns blonde, their eyes turn blue, and people are like, they're Aryans. Like what? No. It's to the point where we have not one, not two, three different caricatures of Hitler in that show. One of them, what was his name? The commander? Or no, the dictator from Fusion Reborn. Like, he was a direct result of that. I read that somewhere. Like, I did read up a bit before I talk in here, just so I know what the hell I was talking about. And yeah, the dictator, who's obviously like a caricature of Hitler. I read somewhere that he was brought into the show as a response or something, at least in our dub here in the States, because for obvious reason, uh, he's not having to end the movie in like Japan and the Hebrew, because they different laws, real strict for obvious reason. Uh, and then in the original Japanese version, he's not. He is still a Hitler caricature, but he's not. He doesn't like nearly jizz himself when he sees them go Super Saiyan, like at all. He just calls them punks, or whatever. In our version, he's like, yes, the Aryan this and that. I went and then he fights Gotenks and shit, and that's why he was brought in. And you want to know what happened? After they beat him, he was sent to hell, which pretty much tells you where they're at on this kind of stuff. Okay. Now, what else? All right, for a second. There was a lot I wanted to touch on here. And the dude brought this up, his account's now private or whatever. So, not that I was going. I haven't been on Twitter X in years, so that's not that careful anyway. Um, yes, okay. So I just want to mention about Popo. Jinx from Pokemon is often compared to Popo. Like, I remember people were super offended in the early mid 2000s uh, by him and Jinx, but I noticed something about these people. They didn't look like me, like at all. They didn't talk like me at all. And they were like 20 years older than me. But now I don't understand. These were older white people who were offended by Popo and Jinx. Popo, as you probably guessed, I will defend. Jinx, on the other hand, as much as I like her and her design, I I get that. I mean, not only does she look like that, she has the magical powers And she acts like that. I do understand that. I get that. And her design was changed too, and still is. She's more purple instead of, well, like this. So yeah, like that one I get. Uh, yeah. What else do I see here? I mean, no, he didn't speak like black. Not at all. No. Again, there were caricatures, and they absolutely did speak in stereotypical things. Popo did not. I think they were careful about that for this very reason. A little sad for it, whatever. But yeah, no, he's both supposed to be based off like an. This makes no sense, like an Indian deity who controls like space and time, which again, that's what Popo does. That's exactly what he does. The hyperbolic time chamber, or whatever they call it. That's an extremely long name in the original Japanese. I can't never remember, but yeah. So that makes sense. Like the show wasn't above poking fun at itself or other stuff. That's what this was. Like Popo's not black. He's not any of that. Like remember, okay, back in the '90s, since we talked about the Indian stereotype, um, Xena Warrior Princess, as if they didn't have enough to be controversial about. When Xena went to India and started fighting with, but also alongside some Indian deities and gods, India got kind of upset about that. She was even fighting alongside a dude who was totally Jesus Christ, but wasn't Jesus Christ. It got crazy. Okay, and India was so mad. They were so pissed. Except India has been producing LGBTQ content for a while, like in the mainstream, like before us, like for a while, and they're good movies too. So no, it wasn't that. Turns out it was just some dude in the mailroom who didn't like the LGBTQ stuff. Like that video was on YouTube. Lucy's always talking about it. I couldn't believe it. Some dude in the mailroom caused all that controversy. That's what this is. Somebody just caused a controversy for no reason, man. And yeah, this has already been discussed many times over decades ago. Okay. I mean, hell, Dragon Ball Super, not Super, Dragon Ball Z Abridged didn't even make Popo racist. And just look at what they had to work with. Okay. They could have easily did that, but they didn't. In fact, whenever a character made a reference to it, like Vegeta, whenever Vegeta called him Black Man, Popo whooped his ass, didn't he? Yeah. So no. And yet, there were cases that go, "Are you allowed?" or "What the fuck?" Or because even Dragon Ball Z Abridged, the parody series, knew that Popo, I'll say it again, ain't a black man. He ain't a minstrel. Okay? He's just not. This is ridiculousness. It's been settled for decades now. Let's let Akira Toriyama rest in peace. Let's just continue to enjoy his works, okay? Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Thank you for watching. Popo is not racist. There are other characters that are questionable. Popo is not one of them. Okay? Okay. Thank you for watching.